Loveline is meant for an adult audience. Loveline may contain sexually oriented content. Listener discretion is advised.
Now, here's Dr. Drew and Adam Carolla.
I gotta say, the only thing weirder than this show is that intro.
But I like it, though.
That is the voice of Dr. Drew. He's a board-certified physician and
Addiction medicine
specialist.
Thank you.
Thank you for finishing that off. My name is Adam Carolla. I am nothing, but I am the host. We have some good guests today. We have two people from the band The Rentals. We have Sherry Westrich. I think I said that right.
Yeah.
And Matt Sharp. They'll be in a few minutes. And until then, we're going to go to the thing that made this show famous.
Wow, without even mentioning the Super Bowl or anything?
Well, everyone's seen the Super Bowl.
All right.
And I don't know if we're in any cities where they would care.
All right.
But now that you bring that up, let me just say this about football and fans in general. You should be the fan of the city you're in. I'm tired of seeing all the Dallas fans here in L.A.
Yeah, but we don't have a football team here.
Oh, okay. All right, let's go to the phone. Sean.
Hello?
Sean, you're on Loveline.
How you doing?
Good.
Go ahead, Sean.
Hi, I got a question for Dr. Drew.
I'm right here.
Okay, been married almost 3 years. Had a baby 6 months ago now, and ever since then, intercourse with my wife has been extremely painful and uncomfortable for her. And I just had a question whether this was normal or not, or when did things return to normal?
Did she have any kind of tear during delivery?
Oh yeah, she tore, and then there was an.
The women tear first.
Yeah, knee ligament.
No.
Well, she tore, and then there was an episiotomy too.
Right.
Is that episiotomy? Is that derived from appease? I mean, is that like a?
No.
It has nothing to do with appease your man?
No. It's taking a scissor and just cutting right down the perineum and opening it up, because it will tear if you don't.
Oh, you have to have. Oh, that's to let it out.
Right.
But then you sew it up when it's done, right?
You sew it up. Right.
Can you go an extra stitch just to make it feel like a little more of a man?
Strangely, some women will actually request that. When I was a medical student, women would occasionally request that I do that. And you really can't. You really just do what's appropriate, and that's what you do. I suppose some surgeons might be able to do it a little bit, something fancy, but for the most part, you do what's appropriate.
Okay. Is there an average size, by the way? I was curious, because how do you know when to stop? I mean, when you're sewing.
You just you put the pieces back together, all right?
Oh, okay.
The problem is if you don't cut, the actual tears all the way down through the rectum sometimes. And if she had that kind of a tear, then it would be conceivable that she would have some more persistent pain. I would suggest that you go back and talk to the gynecologist about this, because it really seems like it's awfully long into the recovery phase for her to be still having discomfort like that.
Okay.
Yeah, Sean, are you sure it's not just some sort of excuse?
I don't know.
How are things going with the relationship in general?
Great.
Yeah?
Interesting question, though, because after a baby, things change a lot.
Yeah, no doubt.
Right.
I had one thing for you guys that you were talking about names for female masturbation a couple weeks ago.
Oh, great.
Are you ready?
Great. I thought this show was starting off so nicely. Go ahead, Sean.
Well, twanging the banjo, guys.
I like that. We got Merle Haggard calling in. Shaking hands with Mrs. Paul, still my favorite, probably because I came up with it. What'd I do, screw something up already, Drew?
Oh, I screwed something up. Matt's not in the studio yet.
Oh, for the love of Pete. Rosa.
Hi.
Hey.
Is Matt from Weezer in here?
Well, he's in, but he's behind the glass. He's
not from Weezer. He's from the Rentals.
Yeah, he's from the Rentals. Thanks for clearing that up, Drew.
I mean, he's from Weezer, but tonight he's from the Rentals.
Well, do we want to haul him in?
Yeah, please, because my cousin.
Okay, all right. Listen, Rosa.
Put it on hold.
He's finishing off a bottle of Jack in the hall. He's going to be in a minute, and until then, we're going to put you on hold. All right? All right. Ed.
Hi there.
Ed, you're on Loveline.
How you doing?
Good.
Good. I have a question. Is there a chance of pregnancy during the, pre-orgasmic stage with little fluid discharges?
Absolutely. Categorically, yes. In fact, that fluid, that sort of pre-stuff, is often very concentrated in sperm. So that's why if you're having intercourse and not using a condom and using an early withdrawal method or something of that sort, it's not going to work. At least it's not going to work properly.
Yeah, and at no time is your timing more impaired than that time, if you know what I'm saying. I mean, you're trying to get it down to a split second, and you should be no judge of that. You know what I mean? Your eyeballs are rolled up in the back of your head like a pinwheel. You know what I'm saying, Ed?
I know what you're saying.
You got Jimi Hendrix cranking in the background. You're loaded on a 12-pack of Bud. How are you going to figure out that split second when it's time to pull out?
Well, the reason I ask is a couple of quarters ago I took sex ed over at Danza.
Right.
And
that's Tony Danza Junior College in Conejo.
Good.
Yeah.
And the instructor basically, he came back from a convention and he said that he asked the class, what is the % chance of pregnancy happening during that? And everyone gave different values. And he said the answer is 0.
No.
This is what the instructor said. He said it was 0 because there is some sperm there, but it's not mobile.
No. I mean, there's certainly a lesser chance, and that may be theoretically the case in many cases, but I would not utilize that for two reasons. One is that there is that pre-ejaculate, and then Adam's point about trying to time things like that. I mean, that's why, if that were an effective means of contraception, I would suggest people use it. But it's just not. People get pregnant that way.
And in saying there's a 0% of getting pregnant whenever there's sex involved is kind of irresponsible. I mean, am I right, Drew, as an instructor?
No. I mean, if you want to talk theoretically about it, that's fine. But I think to teach a bunch of college-age kids that is a little bit...
Drew, I was trying to kiss up to you with that statement.
All right.
You shot it down.
You impressed me. It's hard for me not to shoot things down, you say, Adam, so it's all right.
But you don't even hear when I agree with you.
I know. I
was saying the guy was an irresponsible instructor for telling those people there was a 0% chance of getting pregnant when we all know there's like you walk by my hamper, it's at least a 15% chance of getting knocked up. You fall into a jacuzzi at any Ramada Inn, and there's like a 4% chance of getting knocked up. So how can there be a 0% chance when you're having sex?
All right.
All right, I've checked those numbers too, by the way. Eric.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, you're on Loveline.
Oh, yeah, I told the girl I was like 17 years old, and I kind of got out of high school early, like when I was 16, so I never really got into dating in high school, and now I'm going to like a community college, and I haven't dated anybody. I'd really like to, but I'm like really chicken shit about doing it. Sorry about swearing in the air, by the way.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Feel free to do that anytime.
At least he's smart enough to know when he did it. So, Eric, you're in junior college now.
Yeah.
Doing nothing, by the way, right?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Not showing up for class.
I'm going to class, doing my homework and getting good grades and stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What's your major?
Major? I have no idea. I mean, I'm trying to transfer to UC or something.
Okay, all right. So you're doing good in JC, but you want to know how to meet women.
Well, yeah, things that older than me and stuff, And, like, I don't have high school.
And by the way, we're broadcasting in other parts of the country. In some parts of the country, JCs are really quite exceptional.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are.
No,
yes, they are.
No, they laugh at you no matter where you are. Am I right, Eric?
About what?
About being laughed at for going to a junior college.
Yeah, kind of. It's that way, yeah.
Yeah. You guys got a football team?
Yeah, I mean, I hear Santa Monica's pretty good, and it's a good college and all, but...
So, Eric, you want some advice on how to date, is that right?
So you can do that, yeah.
I mean, you're of an age when it's natural that you be kind of awkward with this task.
I mean, I didn't even really start filling out until about, like 6 months ago,
Start what?
Filling out.
Late bloomer.
Meaning he has breasts now.
Yeah, breasts.
Eric, listen, here's what women are attracted to. They don't look at age. They don't look at the car you drive. They don't look at how much cocaine or money you have in your pocket. Although, that's what a lot of guys who don't get dates like to say.
Well, or at least women that you'd want to be dating would not be interested in that sort of thing.
Yeah, even, I would go out on a limb and say 90% of the women could care less about that stuff. Women are attracted to a man's style. You know what I mean? They like to watch the way the guy kind of moves, the way he handles himself. And I don't mean, in a masturbatory kind of way, but I mean handles himself. Do you know what I'm saying, Eric?
I think so, do.
And when you're scared, they sniff it on you.
Sniffing on you.
They sense it.
They sense it. I don't mean they come up to you, like you're at a petting zoo and sniff on your leg, although that would be nice.
But they pick the vibe or something?
They pick up the vibe. Women are very intuitive that way.
Oh.
But be that as it may, I think a good place to start is with people you're friendly with, and have people you have who are friends introduce you to other people, and then just get used to it and have casual meetings and this kind of thing. Eventually, you'll get the hang of it.
Eric, where are you at your best?
What do you mean?
You know what I mean? What is your hobby? What is your thing in life?
Oh, I like everything. That's my problem. I like music and...
All right. You like music. Do you play an instrument?
Yeah, some piano for 8, 9, 10 years or something.
All right. Are you good at the piano?
Yeah, I mean, the girls like it.
Okay, then what Eric needs is women to be around him when he's playing the piano, when he's doing something he's good at, when he's feeling confident, when he's at his best. Let me give that phone number out because I think I may have neglected that at the top of the show. 1-800, I'm a total pro. LOVE191. That number again, 1-800-568-3191. And faxes coming our way at 310-854-4455. And let's get back to the phone. Dave.
Hey, guys. How's it going?
Good.
Quick question for you.
Yeah.
Last week you had some kid asking about nipple piercing. And
Yeah, just last week, by the way.
well,
Yeah, we've devoted whole months to nipple piercing, Dave.
well, last week specifically, this kid was asking about it, and then I think it was Drew said if he considers his nipple an erogenous zone, and then he started talking about cars.
I said what?
Drew considers his nipple an erogenous
No.
zone.
Drew asked this kid if he considered his nipple an erogenous zone.
No, that was not my voice asking anything of the kind, I'm sure.
Why wouldn't you ask that?
Why would I ask that? Is more important.
Well, wait a minute. Let me recap here, Dave.
Uh-huh.
I almost said recrap, by the way, which is something else. This guy wanted to get his nipple pierced.
He was like 16.
Right.
and
Drew said you consider your nipple an erogenous zone, leading to the point of do you want to screw with your erogenous zone, right? Nothing
No,
wrong with that.
no,
You're
no.
giving out a lot of denial tonight, Drew.
No.
I remember that.
No.
Right. And then
no.
the kid started talking about cars and asking advice about cars, and
Yeah.
you guys were like, whatever.
See, the whole thing was Adam, right? So
anyway.
what is your question?
What about the whole nipple piercing erogenous zone business? Because I'm thinking about getting mine done, but if it's going to screw with my E-zones or whatever.
It is not going to screw with anything, but it makes sure it's done by people who know what they're doing. It's very difficult to determine whether or not somebody has been properly trained. In certain cities, there are institutions almost of these piercing. Physicians get no training in this. There's no state regulation of these things. It's amazing. I mean, as a surgeon or a physician, you can be scrutinized by the state for, taking out a splinter, but somebody can jab a spear through your genitals, and it's absolutely, completely unregulated by the state. I
think they frown on that in Utah.
Well, maybe there, but
parts of Dade County too.
The fact is that these procedures done by people that have had a great deal of experience with it and who've been through apprenticeships and whatnot are pretty safe. There's always potential for bleeding and infection, this sort of thing. There's nothing especially dangerous about that location.
Okay, I have no idea what you're talking about, but I know it was good.
Good.
So we need, someone should get a title of nipperologist, and that way would make it all right. But enough about nipples. We have our own pair of nipples in the studio right now. They're from the Rentals. Matt Sharp, Sherry Westrich. You guys said you're going to come in here and answer every question we needed answered. Is that true?
No, I said she would answer
I'll
every
answer
question.
all the questions.
Okay. You guys are on tour, am I
About
right?
bleeding and infection, I guess that's where we left off.
You guys are on tour right now?
Yes.
And we were talking before the show, and you guys are going to be at the Will Turn on, I'm going to give you a plug here, Tuesday the 30th, so that's the day after tomorrow.
With Blur.
With Blur. Is it Blur?
It's Blur.
You like them?
Blur.
Yes, I do. I like them very much.
Are you just saying that because you got a gig coming up, or you really like them?
No, I actually really like the record.
They sound good.
Yeah, and who opens for who, or is it one of
Good
those
bunch
things?
of blokes. We open for them.
Yeah. Are you put off by that?
No, I like them.
Okay, so
Like
it's no
I
big
said.
deal. They don't rub
No,
that in
it
your
was like-
face. Same size
Do
dressing
they rub it
room.
in our face? No, they're really a swell bunch of blokes.
I was just informed we're going to have Blur on Wednesday, so I'm not going to
On Wednesday? I
bag
thought
on
they were
them
on
too much.
tomorrow.
No, don't confuse things, because
No?
I'm very easily befuddled.
Yeah, they told me that they were doing the show.
All right, then after Tuesday, you guys have an in-store where?
Tower.
Tuesday. On Tuesday.
Yeah,
After the show.
later on that night.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why you're going
We
on
play-
first, because you got a bigger thing to go on to.
Right.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
why.
There's a lot of cities that
with infection.
No.
Yeah, you guys are going to be in Westwood. You're going to be at the Tower on Sunset, right?
Right.
You're going to be signing CDs.
And playing rock music.
And you're going to be signing your new CD, The Return of the Rentals.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Hey, I'm plugging
Yeah.
away here,
I know
guys.
you're doing
Keep going.
swell.
I'm doing my damnedest. All right, you guys want to go to the phones and help us out with some of these calls?
Oh, boy.
All right. You guys better be good. Rosa.
Hi.
Rosa, we had you on hold. You got a question for Matt.
Yeah, Matt. I think you're like the cutest guy in the whole world. And I saw you play with the Weezer at the amphitheater. And I saw you guys at the Acoustic Christmas and you guys rocked. Well, my question is for Matt.
Sherry's laughing at me. I'm sorry.
There is a little Dave Duchovny thing going on here with Matt. I don't know if that's come up.
I've actually seen Matt. You know,
How expensive were your seats,
Leave me
Rosa?
alone, huh?
What?
No, he's a very attractive man. I'm thinking of propositioning him after the show.
See?
All right, ask away, Rosa.
Well, yeah. I heard about a new Weezer CD coming out. I want to know when it's going to be out.
Well, we're working on it, sort of on and off.
Oh.
So we work on it for a few days, and then take a month off and then work on it for a few more days and that kind of thing.
Now, do you not want to talk about Weezer?
No, that's fine.
Oh, that's okay?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, because
we're about 60% done. We have 6 out of 10 songs that are ready for it.
Now, do you get a bunch of extra songs and then have the record guys like pick through them and pick the ones they want?
No, we pick what we want.
You get to do it all yourself? You don't get some nerd in there with a pair of bifocals and a number 2 pencil yelling at you?
No, that would be us.
Oh, that's you guys.
Yeah.
All right. I knew there were some nerds in there. Krista.
Yeah, hi, Adam. Hi, Dr. Drew.
Krista.
Hi.
Okay. My problem is that I was with this guy for about 3 months, and we broke up about 3 months ago. And I'm 14, and he's 18.
Jeez.
He, tells me that he loves me a lot and this stuff, and I love him, but I can't be with him because my parents don't want me to.
Good for your folks.
Yeah, how about that?
And neither does my sister, and so, if I talk to him, she'll, get all mad at me and all this, and I can't really go against her.
Good.
And, and he tells me he loves me, and I believe him, but he says, if I tell him, we shouldn't, I can't be with you, because he says, well, what about when you're older? And I'll say, okay, but if I tell him no, he, wants to kill himself. And he says, well, you're the reason that I live, and I live for you. And
okay. Look, you're 14 years old, and you cannot be responsible for somebody else's well-being.
And I try to tell him, you need to do this for yourself, and you need to live for yourself. He's all, well, I don't care, and he's so heavy into drugs right now.
Okay. So
sad.
It is sad, and you might want to, for instance, say to him that you're not willing to have any communication with him until he's had 6 months in treatment with sobriety, something like that. So at least you're not dealing with a sick person.
What if he kills himself? I mean, it would be my fault.
No, it wouldn't be your fault. It would be just as much your fault as it would be the gun's fault or the rope's fault or the carbon monoxide's fault.
If anything, you have an opportunity to sort of direct him towards health and just tell him that you're not willing to be a part of this anymore.
It's if I'm...
If he's willing to cling to the fantasy, this may be not the healthiest piece of advice, but if he's willing to cling to the fantasy that you could go out with him when you're older, tell him in 4 years you'll consider it again. But in the meantime, you must cease all communication with him because any communication will continue to kindle this craziness this preoccupation he has with you. You guys agree with me?
Yeah.
Yeah. When people are losers,
this show is depressing.
No, it's going to be fun in a second.
I think it's. I mean,
because Sherry's going to tell us about an experience.
No, I don't have an experience.
You never stalked a man?
No, I just never go out with older guys.
Oh, really?
But it sounds like Krista has things together, and she's 14, and this guy doesn't sound so good for you. I mean,
she can't be two together that have chosen to go out with the guy and get involved with him.
I mean,
Yeah, but she's impressionable,
she
Drew.
Stopped it. The point is that
you're right, and that's healthy.
If you're 14 and you've got things together, why do you want to waste your time on someone who's already 18? And
what about all the 14-year-olds? What about 14-year-olds that date 18-year-olds and 20-year-olds? What would you tell them? We get a lot of those calls.
I would tell them that that's crazy.
Did you ever do anything like that?
No.
Talking to these,
it's in reverse, I think, with her.
Yeah.
She dates 12-year-old guys.
Yeah, after we play, she goes out. Oh, nobody's ever said that to me before.
She goes. She cruises to Chuck E. Cheese.
Now listen.
But the 14-year-olds we talk to who get involved like that have this fantasy that these are the guys that are going to marry them. They're going to rescue them from their current family of origin and their whatever emotional distress they're in. And it's total fantasy. There's no way it's going to happen.
Especially that part about, I'll wait 4 or 5 years until you get out of prison, and then we'll go off and we'll start our own community, and we'll call it Jonestown. Melissa.
Hello.
You're on Loveline.
Hi, Dr. Drew.
Hey, Melissa.
Hi. Hey, Matt.
Hi.
I have a question for the band. Hi, Matt.
Yes.
Hello. Remember me? My name is Melissa Ann Rosales, and I called about I wrote to you about starting a Matt Sharp fan club.
Oh, yeah, I do remember.
And
you're from Long Beach.
Yes, I
am.
Did you start the fan club?
I don't know. I mean, you haven't wrote to me, and I feel so unloved. And
you're gonna kill yourself?
I told you this show is depressing.
Yeah, why? What's the deal? How come you haven't written her back?
Well, that's Michael and Carly's territory.
I know, but, okay. Well, I don't know what I'm going to do. And I had another question that I don't want to bring on the air. Do you think?
Hey, I got the answer for that.
No, he doesn't have crabs. This is embarrassing. And we're going to be back after this. You are listening to Loveline. The phone number for Loveline, 1-800-LOVE-191. The fax number, 310. Get a little closer to the mic when you cough next time, Matt. 310-854.
I hit the cough button.
4455. Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Did he hit it, Mike? I've been here for 4 months. I still haven't figured it out.
He hits it and he coughs.
We got Grandpa Matt Sharp from the Rentals and Sherry Westridge. Westridge. It's so international. Also from the Rentals. They're going to be at the Will Turn on Tuesday the 30th, opening for Blur, but only because they have an in-store at the Sunset Tower store. Am I right, guys?
We're actually not opening. We're just going first.
Right. Yeah,
I like that.
No, I'm with you.
We're opening.
We're going to help out Chad. Chad, you're on Loveline.
Yes, I was wondering if you can catch diseases from like a toilet seat.
You
by licking it.
If it sticks to you when you get up and you walk around with it adhered to your rear end, chances are you could pick something up. Am I right, Drew?
Well, the old sort of wives' tale is that somehow you can get a sexually transmitted disease from that, and that's almost impossible. It's very difficult to do that. The kinds of things that, from a public health standpoint, people would be concerned about would be things that are transmitted by what we call the oral fecal route. Things that if they get in your hand, they get
if
to your
you're ever
mouth.
driving, by the way, and you see a sign that says shortcut, oral fecal route, just keep going straight. Just roll up the window and keep going.
That was
don't ever turn off on the oral fecal route.
Well, but in this country, these days, that's relatively unusual. So people. Yeah, I mean, I guess theoretically you ought to be careful just the way they ought to be careful about all their sort of.
But it's not it's not as big a deal as people make out of it.
I would say not.
Is it? I mean, is it any more than your hand? Let's say.
It's a bigger deal probably to wash your hands regularly before you eat. It's a bigger deal to, when you've been around people who have flus or colds, things like that, because that is transmitted from your hand.
Because your hand has the potential to go almost anywhere.
It does.
It could go in your nose.
Yeah, it does.
It could go in your mouth.
Yeah.
It could
rub your eyes.
Rub your eye. Rub your oral fecal route. You could rub your genitalia. You could rub other people's genitalia. Matt, where else could you put your hand?
That's about all.
You think I covered all the possible hand routes?
That's the top 10.
All right. Thank you very much. Veronica, you're on Loveline. We got the Rentals here.
I'd like to say hi to Adam, Dr. Drew, and the Rentals.
Hi, Veronica.
Hey.
Hello. Dr. Drew, I have a question.
Yeah.
My nipples, there's like little bumps around them, actually.
Mm-hmm.
And they're the same color as my nipples, but I was just wondering what they were.
They're bumps.
They're bumps?
Yeah.
On the areola, right?
Yeah.
Sherry, you seem like you have something to say here.
Well...
Now, the one big bump in the middle, that's the nipple itself, right, Drew?
Right.
Okay.
That was a great answer.
I'm hoping that everybody has those, right?
Yeah. No, I have those, too.
It's either everybody or it's just me and Veronica have those.
No, I can't believe you're the only two women with those bumps.
You mean just,
They're usually little follicles, really, as much as anything.
So nothing big?
No, there's something that's normal and nothing to be concerned about.
And guys have those, too, right, Drew?
I suppose they could.
What do you mean? Seriously.
No, leave it down. Leave your shirt down. Leave your shirt down.
Quick nipple check.
No.
What's the big deal? What am I lactating here or something? It's a nipple. Pretend we're at the pool. All right, I'll turn my back to Drew, and you guys don't. Is there little bumps there? Seriously.
Stuff like this makes me sick.
Come on, rub the nipple. Rub the nipple, Sherry.
He is across the room from me.
All right, were there any bumps?
Wait.
Matt?
Huh?
Oh, don't pretend like you weren't watching.
What?
You put your jeweler's eye in to see that nipple. Come on. Sherry, there were little bumps, weren't there?
Yes!
Okay.
Yes.
All right. There's nothing wrong with a little visual on Loveline. Jesse.
Hi.
Hey.
I have a question.
Yes.
Mainly for guys. Is it true that if you subtract 3 inches from your shoe size, that's the size of a guy's penis?
You mean in inches?
In inches, yeah.
Because is your shoe size?
Sherry,
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Sherry wants to jump
go
right
ahead.
in again.
Just kidding.
Sherry, we're gonna wait till you've had a chance to answer this.
Oh, heck, I wouldn't know.
Why should you know?
I don't know anything about that.
Well, what do you think, Matt? What size shoe do you got?
I got a 15.
15. Triple E. Who wears a wide?
I'd say it's about right.
Yeah. I couldn't tell you what size shoes I wear because they're made special for me by a guy who works for the NBA. So, no, I don't know. That would work. I wear
Nah, there's really nothing like that, Jesse.
So it's like true?
It's not true.
not true?
I don't know of anything that really accurately would reflect that kind of measurement, okay?
Well, the best way to figure out the size of a man's penis, date him. Sarah.
Yeah. Hi.
You're on Loveline.
Okay, I've got a problem. I've been, just like with my friends and stuff like that, and there's this guy who keeps following me around, and he keeps sending me love letters, and he's like really slow, and his sister is my best friend, and she's telling me that he's on all these medications and stuff like that, and I want to tell him that I don't like him. But
how old is he?
He is, he's in 7th grade.
So he's a year behind you, right?
Yeah.
Now, is there really something that wrong with this guy, or is he just, going through some changes?
He's like on all these medications and stuff like that, and I'm afraid, he's gonna, just.
Are these medications to sort of restrain his behavior?
I don't know. He's like on Ritalin. And like some antidepressants or something like that, and it's like just. I'm afraid, what he's going to do.
What does he do? I mean, are you scared of him? Are you scared for him to hurt himself?
I'm kind of, scared of him because he follows me everywhere. He follows me home. He, calls and hangs up. He sent me, a whole bunch of love letters.
See, I don't think, regardless of whether somebody's on medication or has any kind of mental disorder, I think anyone behaving like this should be taken rather seriously. I don't think you should handle this by yourself. I think you ought to tell your parents. I think you ought to tell her parents. You're 13 years old, for crying out loud. You shouldn't have to deal with this sort of thing by yourself. And this is the kind of thing that can become sort of volatile and potentially cause problems. I mean, you don't know what he's capable of. You don't know him. You don't know what his psychiatric problems are.
Yeah.
And it may be okay. It may be just with some monitoring. This will not be a big deal. And, you'll sort of place a barrier between you and he so he understands that there's no possibility that this is going to come to him.
Sometimes guys like this don't have, guys, forget about guys like that. Guys in general don't have a very realistic view of the world and of women when they're in their teens. I mean, I could remember calling girls, asking them on a date, having them say, no, well, not no, but I'm busy, try again next week. And I would try for 3 years. I'd call one woman 57 times. And I wasn't stalking her, although technically I guess maybe I was stalking her.
You were.
But in my mind, every time I picked up the phone, I thought I was going on a date because she said to call next week.
So for her to take a restraining order?
Well, but that's the point.
It's just been lifted, actually.
But that's the point. You have to be very deliberate, and you have to end contact, or people tend to get the idea that you're kindling a relationship.
Yeah, it's good to just be honest and just tell him straight out.
Yeah.
You don't have to say it mean, but just say it. What you really think. Just tell him.
Right.
And tell your parents, too.
I wish the girls who I'd wasted all my time with had the decency to crush me.
It's weird
early on, immediately, to nip it in the bud, to squash me like an ant, so that I didn't have to make an ass of myself for years to come. Is that how you handle your relationships?
I'm just straight. If someone asks me, whatever, if I like them, or tell me they like me, I just tell them straight out, well, I don't like you, and it just makes things simpler. It ends it before it turns into one of these things.
All right, Matt, you've been there when this has gone on. It's nothing like the truth, is it? Absolutely not. Am I right, Matt?
That's not true.
Are you single, Sherry?
That's one of my secrets. Yeah, I'm single.
She's single, all right? You get a lot of guys doing the shows, coming up after the show.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Well, you're good looking. I mean,
every band, we played those big radio shows like the one for K-Rock. Every roadie from every band would come up to somebody in our band and ask us about shit.
Like, is she single? What's going on with her?
Yeah, the roadie's dream date.
And you're not, you're not taking them up on it?
Disabled people that...
You're not going, back to the 18-wheeler with them and moving some drum kit to get some space, right?
Please.
Nothing. Okay, you're not that kind of girl. All right, hey, I respect that, but I have to ask as the host of the show. Claire!
Hi.
You're on Loveline.
Hi. I'd just like to say hi to Matt.
Hi.
I'm a big fan of Weezer. And hi, Adam. Hi, Dr. Drew.
Hi, Sherry.
You're leaving Sherry out.
Hi.
Oh, hi. I forgot.
She wants to be your friend. Hi.
Hi.
I have a question for Dr. Drew.
Yeah, Claire.
I tried putting in a tampon.
Yeah.
And it didn't go, and there was a little bit sticking out. So I tried pushing it in a little more, and it really hurt. So I tried pulling it out, and I couldn't pull it out all the way because it started hurting a lot.
Right.
And I eventually did. but now my whole vagina is like really irritating.
Right.
It really hurts.
Was there any bleeding or anything?
No.
Sherry, you want to help her?
How long did it hurt after that?
I tried it 2 days ago.
No, I'm not being facetious when I put you on the spot, because I think this is something that women should share with one another. I mean, older women should be talking to young women about this kind of thing.
All right, Matt and I are going to talk about the prostate in a few minutes, so you guys go ahead here with the tampon.
No, because young women sometimes have a real problem with this.
Yeah, come on, Sherry. You're.
I'm going to turn to Ann in a second.
She's much more comfortable talking about it than I am.
Is that right?
Yeah, that happened to me before.
It did?
Ouch. But then if it hurt, I mean, it didn't hurt for 2 days, though, after that.
It still hurts, yeah.
Warm baths. If it's bleeding, you see a gynecologist, but if otherwise, just take some warm baths.
You should just go see your gynecologist.
Did you
that's kind of weird.
Okay.
Like, if it hurts for that long, you did
and
something.
Also,
now, wait a minute. I want to make sure we don't make a lot of young ladies anxious about using these apparati.
Well, that's...
Did you just go, after that, you got over and you tried again?
No, I'm
talking to Sherry.
Oh, well, it hurts for a minute, but not for, 2 days later.
But you left the tampon in when you did it.
No.
You took it out.
Oh, my God.
She knows all her friends are listening.
Ann, help us out, will you please?
Ann, join in on the tampon talk, please.
So, did you have any problem first time you were using these? Because look.
I mean, it's a little awkward.
Look, young women need to know how to use these things. First of all, they need to understand that this is a potential cause of toxic shock. Right. They need to take it out in a timely manner. They need to use these things properly. Did you have any discomfort first time?
Yeah, a little bit. It feels a little strange, but once you get it down, I mean, it's okay.
So would you? I agree with Sherry that she probably ought to see somebody before she goes back to trying that again. So be it. But warm bath tonight.
All right, Drew, let me ask you something real quick. Is there some kind of special, first-timers tampon or some kind of slim lady or 120 series or something like that?
There are different sizes.
So maybe girls should start off with that and then, move on
the maxi pad
to the Niagara series, and we'll be back. Phone numbers. We got alerts from the Addams family, and the phone numbers, 1-800-LOV-191. That number again, 1-800-568-3191. Faxes coming our way, 310-854-4455. That drone you hear in the background is the drone of Matt Sharp from the Rentals. Him and Sherry Westrich came along. And they're going to be at the Wiltern the day after tomorrow. That would be the 30th. That would be Tuesday. That would be opening for Blur or playing first.
And then you can come to Tower afterwards and talk about Sherry's tampon with us.
That's true. And her very, very peculiar nipples. Joe.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, Dr. Drew. Hi, Adam.
Hey, Joe.
Hi, Joe. You're on the Loveline. You got a question?
Yeah. I was wondering how likely it is to get herpes from breast milk.
Herpes?
Yeah.
I've never seen
breast
that.
Milk?
I've never seen that.
Really?
I've never seen that. Why?
Is this saying like a 40% chance?
I've never seen that. I've never really considered that. So why? What's up?
Because I was sucking on my girlfriend last night.
How quaint.
Huh?
Go ahead.
That's beautiful.
So romantic.
It's very well put.
I was sucking on her breast and she started to leak.
Right.
And I got a mouthful.
Right.
And then she told me she had herpes and another sexual transmitted disease.
And other ones?
Yeah.
What other one?
I don't remember.
I don't remember a lot of things either. Sometimes I don't remember names, but STDs I'll always remember. I never come home from a date and go, I don't know, was it AIDS, chlamydia, crabs, gonorrhea? I can't remember, but it was one of them.
I was nervous. I mean, I didn't expect it.
Did you have sex with her?
He was blinded by milk.
No.
You did not have sex with her?
No.
Well, you need to contact this person again and see what indeed it is that she has, because the systemic viral sexually transmitted diseases could potentially be transmitted that way. Herpes is not one of them, but things like hepatitis, things like HIV, you need to find out what's going on. Most of the sexually transmitted diseases are transmitted by contact and genital or oral to genital contact.
Okay.
Okay?
So Drew, there's been no cases of a mother breastfeeding her child and giving the child an STD via the milk.
AIDS, as we've been concerned
AIDS
about
can go through the milk?
And hepatitis. Those are things that...
But we don't know that for sure. Why is milk coming out of your girlfriend, by the way?
That's the bigger concern.
What?
That's actually my greater concern, is that your girlfriend is lactating.
Actually.
That can happen normally, but it's not necessarily normal. I mean, she should be checked out if that's happening.
Yeah, this is the first time that she did it.
Yeah, well, she needs to be checked out just to be sure that she's not pregnant, to be sure she doesn't have a pituitary tumor. Medication can cause that. Thyroid problems can cause that. So there you go. What?
I'm just awestruck. I've learned so much about the female function
tonight.
Yeah.
Oh, it's amazing.
We were on to tampons, now we're on to milk.
Yeah. You really do look awestruck.
Yeah, I really am. I'm so glad I'm a guy. You know what I'm saying?
Until you're about 50.
Let me tell you what a guy's like. Guy's like a push mower. That's it. Just like two parts that move. You push them along. You spray a little oil on them once in a while, and you keep them in a dry place. That's it. Nothing ever goes wrong.
Until you're 50.
All right. Well, then the blades come off, and you get the
Wheels
little prostate thing, and
you
you lose your penis and all that kind of stuff. But, I mean, until then, I'd like to be a push mower. Chris?
Yes. Hi.
Hi.
I was wondering, I've been, taking these pills to go to sleep.
What pills?
Like Nitol.
Nitol.
And my mom said if, I keep taking it, I won't be able to go to sleep without it. Is that true?
Is that diphenhydramate? Did you see what on the bottle what it says it actually is?
No.
Is it a pill? Pill. Most of the over-the-counter sleeping pills are just Benadryl. And indeed, you may become dependent on it to the extent that...
Well, Drew's looking at his beeper, so I'm going to take over here.
Yeah, excuse me.
You guys ever get hooked on any drugs or anything?
No, but I know someone who did, and she went from one Nitol to two, three, 4, 5, 6.
The deal is if you're using anything to help you sleep, you can become dependent on it in the sense that you won't be sleeping as well without it, and it could disrupt your normal sleep cycling. Benadryl is not one of the things that typically will do that. Virtually all the other sleeping medications will do that at some point, depending on how much you use and how long you use it. At 13, I would certainly prefer a 13-year-old not be using any medication unless there's some real compelling medical reason for it.
Yeah, I mean, he should be so tuckered out from Little League that he should just head should hit the pillow and he should be passed out. Am I right? 13. He's like Elvis at 13. That is weird. Jennifer.
Yeah.
You're on Loveline.
Hey.
Hey.
I had hi, Dr. Drew.
Jennifer.
Hi, everyone.
Hi.
I had a response for that guy that called that was early in college.
The guy that Adam was abusing?
What?
Yeah, no, what do you mean? I was giving legitimate advice to the guy who played the piano.
Right, but you told him that everybody laughed at him for going to a JC.
Well, that's true. Well, I went to a JC. Everyone laughed at me.
Adam.
Yes.
What you said about JC is so BS because I go to the best JC.
Which one is that?
Saddleback College.
Where?
Saddleback College.
Look, no one's heard of it. There you go. She goes to the best JC. I mean, people have heard of Harvard. They've heard of Brown. They've heard of Loyola, right? No one's heard of Saddleback College. So there, you have solidified my JC argument. You go to the best one, no one cares.
Okay, first of all, advice for him. The first thing, I'm 17. I'm in my third year of college. Say that you're young. Tell people that you're in college and you're young. They totally dig it. They think you're totally smart. Second thing is Mensa. There's an organization for really gifted people.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know if they have a young people's group, but they might, and that would be a really good place for him to meet people that are on his level. Also, the last thing that I found I had a lot of success with and meeting a lot of cool people is speech and debate team.
Well, I think that's great advice. That he engage in things that he's interested in and meets interesting people that share his interests. And you're 17, you're in your third year of college.
Yeah.
Very good for you.
Whoa, wait a minute. What went on with you?
Actually, I had a lot of problems in high school, so I went on home study.
Right.
And they said go at your own pace, and so I did. And I took the equivalency and I left early.
Well, so you're one of those what you call gifted people. And a lot of times gifted people are sort of socially screwed up. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
I mean, I don't like to categorize, but let's face it. You're really good at one thing.
You have to
and you
turn
suck
a
at everything.
into a negative.
No,
you
Adam
suck
does,
at everything else.
But when I was in college back in the East, we had a 12-year-old in school with me.
Oh,
and he was a
man.
computer genius, and the computers couldn't keep up with him. He had to go to Yale to get the higher-powered computers. He actually transferred out.
Asian kid?
And there was his concern. Both his parents were college professors, and they were scared like crazy about his emotional development.
Well,
because
of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he gets his degree when he's 13, and at 13 and a half, he's up on a water tower taking out co-eds with his dad's hunting rifle. You guys know what I'm talking about, right?
No.
Oh, okay.
It's the one person that hasn't called about having a terrible disease.
Yeah, and you guys didn't even
slam
jump
them.
in on it. Would you guys go to college, Matt? You seem like a smart guy.
What?
You're a smart guy, right?
Oh, yeah.
You went to
Brilliant.
college?
Oh, sure.
Yeah. Hypothetically, what college did you go to?
Saddleback.
Saddleback. You put Saddleback on the map now. Seth.
Hello.
Yes.
Hey, Adam. Hey, Drew.
Hey.
Hey, Sherry.
Hi.
Hey,
I get dumped
Yeah.
on that one.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot.
Hey, I'm a big fan of the Rentals, and I was wondering, do you guys have any new recordings that are going to be coming out soon? Or?
We're just about to record a song for the Gary Newman tribute record, which should be pretty cool.
Okay.
I think
guys
the
gonna
Foo
be
Fighters are going to be on it and some other people.
Are you guys going to be in concert soon, like on your own? Or like your own little...
Well, that thing at Tower,
Uh-huh.
which is just going to be different, I guess. It'd just be one keyboard and an acoustic guitar and that kind of thing.
Is Gary Newman alive?
Yes.
He is. Why does he get a tribute
Wrecking
album?
Planes.
Why does he get a tribute album?
Because he's Gary Newman.
Well, he did that car song.
Yeah.
What else did he do?
He did Down in the Park.
Why don't we do a Vapors tribute album while we're doing it? Gary Newman tribute album.
What are you trying to say?
Well, I mean, the guy, he's a genius and everything, but I just mean he did the car song. He did the song about being
Isn't
here
that
in my
not
car.
worth alone? Is that not worth a tribute record?
Who did Seasons in the Sun? We should do one for him, too. I mean, I thought you had to have a huge body of work before you got a tribute album.
Nope.
All right, well,
That's
we'll be...
my favorite song.
Oh, the car
That's weird
song?
that- no, Seasons in the Sun.
Oh, it is? All right,
That's
well,
weird that you
we'll be
said
back
So that
with
will be
more,
Sherry's
more
solo
joy,
record.
A whole
more
tribute
fun,
album to that song.
and more Seasons in the Sun after this. This is Loveline. I am Adam Carolla. That is Dr. Drew. We have our guests tonight, the Rentals, Matt Sharp, Sherry Rich, and we're going to hear a cut off of the album, The Return of the Rentals, and that song is called Waiting. That was Waiting from the Rentals, or Waiting from the Rentals. We have Sherry...
Waiting.
Waiting. That's Waiting from the Rentals, and this is the fishing show. I'm Billy Joe. And that was, we have Matt Sharp and Sherry
Westridge.
Stridge.
We just got to get by that once straight.
And you guys just did the video for this?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah?
We're
Oh, yeah.
almost done.
Yeah.
They threw, my question is, they threw a bunch of concrete dust, like asbestos kind of things, and it went in my nose and my throat. And
almost killed you?
Very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
For effect? I mean, in the video, they make like a big cloud or something?
I jump like, whatever, pretty far
Yeah,
through a roof.
He falls through a roof,
and then all
this
this
concrete came down with him, so it's like concrete dust.
And they're throwing, for the effect, they're throwing all this.
And this is a kind of artsy thing, right? No chicks in bikinis?
Yeah, I'm going to comment on the concrete in a second. Let's
All right.
take a break.
Okay.
Comment on it in 10. All right, so last we left, Matt from the Rentals is falling through a roof with concrete dust.
What makes you think there was asbestos in there?
I don't know if it was asbestos. I'm just,
not these days.
If I, well, no, I'm. That's just how
Did you do anything in the video besides act in it? I mean, a lot of guys direct it, or they come up with the concept behind it, or something like that.
I did it with Roman Coppola, and he pretty much he did it.
So you had no creative input in it?
No, I mean, we just talked about it, and then I went to Europe and to do some press for the Rentals record, and came back, and next thing you know, there's helicopter pilots and stunt people and bicycle stunt people and all these things going on.
So, but it was his idea to drop you through the roof, right?
Yeah, and to throw the the
concrete dust
or whatever the hell it was.
Asbestos
It was just
laden concrete dust into your lungs.
It tasted so bad that I brushed my teeth and then before I went to bed, and I woke up the next day and still felt like there was a.
You're the construction guy. What would that be? It wouldn't be asbestos, right?
No, they wouldn't have intentionally put asbestos.
No, but even today,
maybe actually it would have.
No, how much asbestos is in buildings today? I mean, nothing, right?
No, it just asbestos they'd use around pipes and stuff like that. And actually, the deal with asbestos is if you just leave it alone, it doesn't really give off much. It's when you go in and you try to remove it because it's a danger that the particles get released and that you get into trouble.
Well, what happens? We're shooting this thing, and then they throw all this
concrete,
this
dust.
Well, wood and everything. There's just all this crap they're throwing on me. And then as soon as the scene's over, they go, all these people turn and go, ugh, that's toxic.
Oh, nice.
Right.
And right at the
and you were right in the epicenter, right?
And by the way, for the asbestos thing, it's the smokers that really have the problem with asbestos. Those are the ones that get the lung cancers commonly.
Well, because they were getting it anyway.
They really get it if they're exposed to asbestos. Too.
Melody.
Yeah.
You're on Loveline.
Hey, hi, everybody.
Hi.
I just wanted to comment on that girl who called in about problems with tampons.
Mm-hmm.
When I was a virgin until I was about 18, and I tried using them, and I used the ones made for teens.
It was when you were a virgin.
When I was a virgin, yeah. And it hurt really, really bad. I mean, pulling it out, I almost passed out one time.
Wow.
And so I stopped using it. I just thought, okay, it's because I'm a virgin, and I just shouldn't use them. So I tried it again after I lost my virginity, and it didn't hurt quite so bad, but there's a lot of irritation. I talked to my doctor about it. He suggested maybe because of chemicals in there, or having chemicals that they use in the tampon may be irritating.
That also, if you don't put it in far enough, it can be very irritating.
Really? Well, it got to the point where I couldn't push anymore. So.
Yeah. Did you with the applicator you couldn't push?
Yeah.
Hey, Drew, what's better, the plastic ones or the cardboard ones?
It's personal preference, Adam. What's best for you?
Sure. What are you? A plastic gal?
Some of them don't even have one.
I knew somehow once the word tampon.
Let's say I'm at the market and I say to you, paper or plastic. What do you say?
Me?
Yeah. Okay. You too, Melody.
Yes, you answer this way, please.
I only use the cardboard.
Yeah.
What was that?
That was only cardboard for Sherry.
No, I was saying like she answered the question. I didn't have to.
Yeah, it's funny.
You answered it for Sherry. She's a cardboard woman.
You ever see little kids when they get hold of one of those and they're like, "Hey, it's the telescope." Hey, you ever see that?
Funny.
I mean, you ever see people screwing around with those? I never say anything, but it's always funny. I did it when I was young. I can admit that. Matt, you ever monkey around with the tampon applicator? I think that's a yes. Morris.
Monkey around.
Yeah. Hi, guys.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
I have a question for Dr. Drew.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Just about 2 weeks ago, I started working out and taking vitamins, and ever since I started taking the vitamins, I've been having this trouble passing gas. I don't know. My flatulence is really immense and uncontrollable. And it's really embarrassing for me. And
see, now I thought that he wanted to pass gas and he couldn't.
Yeah, that's what it sounded like initially. I was going to tell him about
I was going, damn, I should be taking vitamins because I need some help.
Pinto bean and Pepsi cure-all. Thank you.
Well, I just wanted to know if it was, related to the vitamins or what.
It sounds like it is. I mean, what more can we conclude? I mean, you started these new supplements, and then you get this GI problem. It could be associated with your working out, too, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, I've never been too active, before then.
Well, I mean, does it happen when you're right there on the military press, or is it just, you know what I mean, when you're really up in the wraps and that kind of thing?
Well, yeah,
Wait, let's see if we can work our timing out, Engineer Mike. Here I go. There we go.
So how does he get rid of the gas is the question, which is great.
I would say you first eliminate the supplements, or if they're more than one at a time, and see which
Are you taking liver supplements?
No, I think my liver's okay.
What are you taking?
I'm taking 2 multiple vitamins in the morning and at night.
Mm-hmm.
Did you change what you're eating?
No, not really.
Why don't you just take 1 multiple vitamin, see if things don't settle down a little bit, all right?
Is it embarrassing because you're farting in front of other people, or are you just humiliating yourself when you're alone?
Well, no, because I'm in front of them. Sometimes it happens.
Your conductor?
In front of other people, and And I don't know, it's just horribly ratchet.
Yeah, because I got to tell you, farting alone is not necessarily a bad thing, especially if like the cable's out or something. Yeah. I mean, that again, I don't want to tell you all the hours of enjoyment I've had farting alone. But when you're with somebody, especially when you're on a date, we've talked about this, when you have the nerve gas on a date and you can't fart for like 6-7 hours, that can really be painful. Morris, have you had a date since you've started these supplements?
No, not really.
That's right. That's because he's so busy farting, he can't get a date.
I just spent 2 weeks in the studio with Weezer, and it was a nonstop farting fest for 2 weeks, and there we go. And in studios, like here, the air is really still, so they would stay put.
Here's my rule with farting. Usually when you're with one of your buddies who does tend to fart a lot, if he brings up the subject of farting, like saying, boy, you know what gives me gas, or, you know, last time I farted.
There's a lot of fart talk in the...
It usually means he probably just farted. Dave.
Yeah.
Have you farted recently?
Today, actually.
Oh, a round of applause. You know, the average man farts 13 times a day. Did you guys know that?
You have an amazing mind for the most ridiculous trivia.
I didn't know that.
I remember gas-related trivia. I couldn't tell you the name of one of the presidents of this country, but porn and flatulence. I'm like, there should be some Jeopardy-type show where I could just talk about farting and pornography. I would clean up. Dave?
Yeah.
What's going on?
We're really proud of you, Adam.
Do I get to talk about my problem now?
Yes, Dave, please go ahead.
All right, if you don't quit whining.
Okay.
Go ahead.
All right, here goes. I've been going out with this girl for a couple of months now.
Right.
I've had relationships in the past, but I'm still a virgin. Right?
Right.
And I'm not circumcised, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's always like been a paranoia thing for me. I don't know, I've got this idea that like girls are going to think I'm a freak or something. And I'm not forward and open enough to just come out and say it, you know.
I don't think anybody is going to think anything about that. In fact, having been on this show a while, you kind of get a sense of what the cultural trends are in regard to this sort of thing. And recently, people have been very much in favor of this sort of preference. That this is something that people think they would wish they had or been left with. That they feel resentful that their parents had done this to them without their consent. I mean, we hear a lot of those kinds of comments.
Yeah, there's a movie of the week coming up, I think, next Sunday, Not Without My Foreskin.
All right.
It stars.
But, David, it's nothing to be embarrassed
Matt Dillon
about. It's just a variation that in this culture, probably more males are circumcised than not, and there may be a slight medical advantage to being circumcised, but for the most part, it's really just a cultural issue.
But, if you go to Europe, like if you watch a lot of Swedish erotica and stuff, you'll learn that not all those guys are circumcised. And here's the thing, I don't think you should...
More pleasure one way or the other? No?
People are... I don't know. What? Oh, here we have an opinion from Sherry.
All right.
Hey, you've done a lot of traveling. Right. You've been to Europe, have you, Sherry?
Huh?
We're asking Sherry because
Sherry's going to tell you what it's all about.
You know what? I actually had a boyfriend for a long time, for like 3 years, and he was from London, and I didn't really. You couldn't really tell. It wasn't that big a deal.
Oh,
like you
don't tell him that.
No, I mean you shouldn't be all freaked out about it because the girl that you go with isn't gonna.
Well, but Sherry,
I can't even talk about this.
Let's get back to your nipples, Sherry.
No, she's not going to care.
It's the usual thing where males
she probably won't really know.
Males obsess over their penis.
Yeah.
Obsess about it.
And males might care, but women are more mature than males and wouldn't.
Yeah.
Right.
She's not going to care. And
hypothetical situation here.
Okay.
All right.
Say we start doing something, and she's like, "Oh my God," then what do I do?
Well, maybe. I mean, if it doesn't. If
well, let's Sherry answer
it
this.
Seems like if you're that. I don't. Did you say you're a virgin?
Yeah.
Then you're. It sounds like you're more careful with your partner. So whoever you choose, you should be able to tell them beforehand.
Right. Do you understand what she's telling you?
Yeah.
That she's saying make sure you're close enough with your partner that if she has a problem, you guys can talk about it. You still care about each other. She's not going to reject you because of this.
I would tell her beforehand. And besides, if you're already making out or what have you, then you probably won't be able to tell really anyway.
Yeah, because the guy has an erection. It's kind of like the dog and the lipstick thing, right?
Huh?
I'll explain that. You know when a dog, when a dog like, when the dog's like been rubbing the side of the sofa for a while and it comes out like it's like a lipstick commercial. You had a boyfriend like that. You know what I'm talking about, Matt. You know what I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, everyone knows what I'm talking about. You are so naive. Let me tell you, this whole circumcision thing, it falls, to me, you can lump it in with the hair on the ass thing, which is, by the time they find out, it's too late. It's a done deal. The lights have been dimmed, the wine has been drank, the pants are off. That's it. You've committed. You're having sex. Now, I mean, you can complain about it later, but for that night, it's already done. Am I right, Drew?
I don't know what to do.
That's one way to put it.
Matt, am I right?
Yeah, whatever you say.
Okay, there. That's what I like. Whatever you say. Matt.
Hello?
Hello.
Hey, Matt.
You're on Loveline.
Yeah, I got a question.
Yes, sir.
I'm only 13.
Yep.
And I have pubic hairs like around my penis.
Right.
But I don't have any under my armpits. And it's been like this way for like a long time.
How long?
4 months.
Yeah, like half a year.
That's normal, Matt. The other stuff will begin to develop as you get older. It's normal, okay?
It is?
Yeah, completely normal. It's going to be fine.
Yeah, it's just one of those. One more thing God gives you to think about when the hair's coming in and your hormones are going nuts and your voice is cracking and everything's coming apart. John.
Hey, how you doing?
You're on Loveline.
Yeah, I got this question's for Dr. Drew.
Yeah.
Hi. Yeah, I have this like little bump behind my pubic hair, and it's raised about, I don't know, it's raised and it's inflamed and it hurts to the touch.
Is it down near your groin at all?
No, not really near my groin. It's about maybe 4 inches from my belly button, behind my pubic hair.
Mm-hmm. Is it like a boil?
I have no idea.
Does it hurt?
It doesn't have a head on it.
Does it hurt?
Yeah.
It's not a tiny little bump.
No, it's not really all that tiny either.
Let me just speculate with you on the kinds of things that do this. Okay. Adam?
I'm thinking carbuncle.
Carbuncle is one. You can just get a little infected hair follicle that creates a little abscess. That's probably what you're describing. There's something, there's molluscum contagiosum, which causes little hard bumps.
My second guess.
That are viral transmitted, and it's a sexually transmitted disease that people don't talk very much about. It doesn't cause any problems. So people
it's because they can't pronounce it.
What's that?
Said that couldn't be the case.
Right. The other thing is so you can get swollen lymph nodes down in the groin area where your leg sort of attaches to your trunk, and that can be normal. It can be tumor. It can be there are 3 diseases that are commonly associated. Actually, 4. Herpes is associated with that. Lymphogranuloma venereum, granuloma inguinale, and chancroid. Now, wait a minute. The reason I bring those up because those diseases aren't talked about very much, but they're not that uncommon.
Right,
because
it confuses the hell out of everybody. John, either way, it's got to be lanced.
No.
Yeah.
It has to be looked at. It may need to be lanced.
Looked at and lanced.
Not if it's like a bubo, which is what some of these other
bubo,
pseudo bubo, really.
Yogi Bear's little partner, wasn't it? Bubo. What's a bubo?
Well, you know you ever heard of bubonic plague?
Yes.
That's because people develop buboes.
That's because they didn't have the guts to lance their bubos when they could have. Am I right? No.
We started.
Yeah, just get it checked out. It sounds like a carbuncle. Really, I wouldn't worry about it. But get it checked out.
If it's got a head on it, lance it. That's what I say. Brian, you're on Loveline.
Yeah, this is for Dr. Drew.
Yeah, Brian.
Okay.
Don't grunt. Groan.
Well, we have the rentals here. We have me here, and all these questions coming in for you. Bubo.
That can be my nickname from now on, if you will.
Hey, little Bubo, we're going to get some picnic baskets. We're going to lance Mr. Ranger.
Brian.
Yeah, I'm 16 now.
Yeah.
And ever since, my memory has been functioning well, ever since I can remember, I've had a lot of pubic hair on my penis. I'm talking, first grade, 7 years old.
What was your penis more developed than your peers at the same time?
Yeah.
Have you ever seen a doctor about this?
Yeah, I've been having physicals every year.
And they never suggested that you should be evaluated for what we call premature puberty?
Well, no, I've never heard that, really.
I mean, if you're having pubertal changes, but well before you should, there are many different endocrine disturbances that can cause that. And I strongly urge you to see an endocrinologist if that's the case. And even now, you probably should. I mean, certainly the fact that you're okay and you've been this way for a long time without any consequence is certainly reassuring. But just that history, I would want you evaluated by a pediatric endocrinologist. Okay? Okay.
I'll
Thanks,
answer
Adam.
for him. Okay, Diane.
Hi.
Dan, you're on Loveline. We have the Rentals. We have Matt Sharp and Sherry Ostrich from the Rentals. We have Dr. Drew. We have Adam Carolla.
Well, hi, Dr. Drew. I have a question for you.
For
and
me?
Adam. No, for Adam. Not for Adam, but for Dr. Drew. I have a question.
This sucks.
Sorry, Adam.
That's okay, because I'm going to jump in and answer it anyway.
Okay, well, I'm sure you would.
I'm planning my answer as we speak. I'm thinking Lance.
Well, this is probably a question right up your alley. I work for an adult conversation line.
Yes.
And since I've been with this service...
Does Adam have an account with you?
I use a fake name.
Do you?
Are you on the air, Diane?
I'm not on call right now, no.
No, but when you work for them, you're working over the air.
Yes, I am.
Yeah, are you a big gal?
No, I'm not.
No?
Mm-mm.
Are you attractive?
Yes, I am.
You're trained to say that, though, aren't you, baby?
Well, I don't like to lie.
Baby. Okay, so you're really attractive.
I'm fairly attractive, yes. I don't have a problem getting a date.
Okay.
Oh,
Let me just talk for a second here. I just want to hear your voice for a second.
What's the question?
It's not Diana's creeping us out either.
No.
Well, my question is, I've lost almost all interest in sex. And my boyfriend is very upset with me. And I talk all day long about sex and different fetishes and fantasies. And I was wondering how I can avoid losing all interest in sex completely.
Because you know what it is. You open your mouth and all the sex comes running out of you every day, all day, and then you're all sexed out.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, that was a pretty good mm-hmm. I mean, that's what it is. You become hardened. There's a little known adage, which is the contractor's house is the worst house on the block.
Why is that?
I'll tell you why that is. Because the guy's so burnt out from working on other people's houses all day that when he comes home, he can't work on his own house.
Okay.
Would someone back me up? Do you know what I'm saying?
Do you concur, Dr. Drew?
I just worry that you might have been in abusive relationships in the past.
No, actually, I haven't.
Never been one in your whole life. No.
I'm a fairly dominant woman.
Mm-hmm.
So, if any abuse has gone on, I've done it myself.
All right.
I'm not necessarily talking about in your adult life, but well before that.
No, I don't think so.
Let me just get a little feel for your rap so I can help with the problem. Let's just say I called in on the $3.99 domination line. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Now, you're kind of the dominant expert?
Yes.
So they have different categories?
Yes.
Okay, so this is your field of expertise.
Well, I'm an expert in all fields.
All right, well, let's just do a little phone sex here real quick. It'll be free for the Loveline listeners.
Okay.
Why?
Just shut up. Dim the lights, Drew, and be quiet for a minute. Hi, I'm a businessman from Milwaukee.
Okay.
What's your on-air name?
My on-air name, Lindsay.
Lindsay. Oh, that's the name of my stripper girlfriend. Lindsay, I'm a businessman.
Oh, my God.
I sell shower rings, and I've been very naughty.
Have you?
Yes. Yeah, I've been a bad, bad boy.
And do you need punishment?
I think I need it.
And what kind of toys do you have with you right now?
What kind of toys?
Yes.
I got like some Lego.
Okay, that's enough. We can't.
What do you mean toys?
You have to stop.
Well, if I tell her I got a vibrator, she's going to put it up me. I got like the Power Rangers.
Diane, look.
I got a tote and play.
All right, look, Diane. Okay. There are reasons why you choose
he's getting upset now.
to do this kind of thing. Okay, that you do this kind of thing in your life, that for your livelihood, and that you need to master this sort of stuff that for some reason was traumatizing to you at one time in your life. It just has to be there in your history, and if that kind of stuff is touching some tough feelings for you, it's natural that you would sort of shut off to the whole sexual act with somebody who is close to you and who could get even closer to those feelings that are unpleasant to you.
So I'm going to sum this up, Drew. quit the sex job, go door to door selling Bibles,
go to therapist,
and bring the love back to the relationship. We're back with the Rentals. This is Loveline. I'm Adam Carolla. That's Dr. Drew. And we got a couple of dates if you want to see the Rentals coming up. They're going to be... I grabbed the right piece here.
Yeah,
okay, we said Los Angeles, the 30th at the Will Turn. They're going to be 2/1/96. They're going to be in Denver, the Mercury Cafe. I guess 2's February sometime. And also February 14th, Washington, D.C. at the U.S. Air Arena. Did you guys know that?
No.
Well, I guess it's like
I think that's the with the Red Hot Chili Peppers, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, we just had those blokes in. It was a fantastic show. Not as good as you guys, actually, but they were a ton of... But, you know...
I thought we'd be playing the Capitol Center. That's kind of a little disappointing.
You're just marginally better. I mean, they were good.
Who is here?
Who is here? Dave
Navarro.
Uh-huh.
And...
Chad Smith, and I think Shelley Hack. Was she in that group at all? Or maybe that was some of the earlier episodes. All right, let's talk to Danielle.
Hi.
Daniel.
Hey, what's up?
Hey.
I got some questions for the Rentals.
All
you
right.
guys
Good.
rock.
Thanks.
Sherry?
Yeah?
How come you're not known as Sherry Lynn anymore? What happened to that?
Well, you can say it either way that you like. Some people call me Sherry, and some people call me Sherilyn.
I almost never hear people call you Sherilyn.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of... my family would call me Sherry Lynn.
When they're mad?
Yeah, especially when they're angry.
The other one is, are you guys, any of you online? I run a
Tom?
Rentals
Is it
and
Tom?
That Dog Weezer magazine online, and I want to know if I can send it to you guys, or if you don't want to say it over the air, you can tell
Sherry?
Michael. I know her.
Do you know all that information? Not that Sherry, the other Sherry. Do you know that stuff? We do have some. We have a website and all that.
Uh-huh.
I can get you the information, but
Just tell Michael, you know how to get to her, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just tell her. I talk to her a lot.
Sherry, don't worry about the spelling. Just put it up there.
Okay.
All right. I'm from the Weezer fan club, and we're going to see you guys Tuesday night. Both shows for definitely coming to Tower 2.
Oh, cool. The tower thing should be cool.
Yeah, we're going to be in all formal dress.
You're
the
part of
prom
these.
guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody keeps writing us and sending us things saying we have to say, "Welcome, prom goers."
Are you gonna
wait a minute?
Are you gonna wear your?
It's not prom season, is it?
Winter formal.
No.
There's no winter formals in California. I don't think so.
It's just doesn't really have much to do with anything, right?
Hey, here's your AOL line.
Oh, he's not on anymore.
Are you guys
is he?
gonna wear your fancy
He's not on,
dress
is he?
to the tower?
No, I got rid of him. You know,
He
all
does
that
that.
personal talk.
He doesn't even say goodbye. He
Hello.
Well,
hangs
you
up.
guys are having some kind of personal conversation here about stuff. You know, this is a big show. We got to keep things moving.
Hey, you guys, you got on AOL. You're Reprise under .com rentals, and then on the internet simply the Rentals.
Yeah, it's Reprise. I've been told. Dustin,
I beg your pardon.
Dustin.
He's asleep.
Dustin.
He's sleeping.
All right, wait a minute.
Wait,
now,
no, put that down. Wait a minute.
Quit goofing off.
It's
here.
funny enough with just listening to Dustin.
He's not really sleeping.
Let me explain what's going on. Dustin has been on hold for 48 minutes.
Dustin is breathing in my ear, and it's really creepy.
Dustin. All right. All right, we're going to do the subliminal message thing, okay?
Buy the Rentals record. I know you don't have a copy of it.
Dustin, this is Satan. I want you to join me in my quest. You will become one of my minions and do my bidding for me. When you wake up, I want you to head into the kitchen. I want you to get out a steak knife. Then I want you to head into your bedroom. I want you to put the steak knife down, watch a little TV, and go to bed. But wait, I'm not done with you, Dustin. Dustin, can you hear me? It's just sinking in.
Hello.
right, let's put Dustin on hold. And we're going to check in with Dustin periodically. And we're going to see how his sleep apnea is going.
It's a fake.
No,
it's fake.
We're gonna.
It is too.
No, he's been on hold for almost an hour.
We broadcast across the country, so this may be 3 hours later somewhere.
3 hours later, and he's been on hold for 4. Plus, Lord knows what Dustin was doing this weekend. I got to hear a little more. I've been away from Dustin for 8 seconds. I already missed his snoring.
All right.
All righty. Well, let's move on and see if we can find someone who's not sleeping. Angie.
Yes.
What's going on?
I may have an answer for the girl who had the tampon problem.
You're saying I didn't help her?
Well, the same exact thing happened to me when I was 16. I could not use tampons. I could get them in, but and they were painful while they were in, and then I had problems taking them out, the same thing she said.
Mm-hmm.
And finally I looked, and I had part of my hymen still, and it was getting hot.
Oh, no, she has a hymen for sure, and that's what was causing a lot of the irritation.
Yeah, and it was, it was getting caught. I mean, I could see the part that was still there, and then once I lost my virginity, there were no problems anymore.
Right, and then that's basically the issue.
Yeah.
All right, so you're saying that the hymen, we got to get rid of the hymen.
Well, I mean, I don't want to promote her running out and losing her virginity, but...
Well, there's other ways you can get rid of hymens, isn't there, Doctor? Is there a medical exam, a hymenoscopy or something?
I'm sure there's hymenectomies, but nobody's really... Mike with these sound effects. He's getting positively cocky with them now.
I love Mike.
Do not use my voice.
Give him. Come on.
No.
Give us a shot. Oh, okay.
Thank you. But it's not done. I mean, unless there was some particular compelling surgical need for that.
And there's no other way to medically figure out whether a girl's a virgin or not unless there's some hymen stuff, right?
As far as I know.
Like with the royal family and everything.
Right.
They have to marry a virgin, right? And some of these women are older. They're 21, 22 when they get married. Your hymen might be gone through natural causes that age, right?
Right.
What would you say the average age a woman's hymen comes out, even if she's a virgin, is?
I'm going to guess 16 to 18.
See, I was going to say 16 and a half, yeah. Matt?
Yeah, right around 16 3/4.
Sherry, you want to venture a guess the average hymen age?
22.
22? Okay. All right, so we got a range of hymen guesses here on the hymen line. Justin!
Hey.
Hi, this is Jaime on the Hymen Eye.
Hymen Eye?
Hymen Eye.
Hey.
Yes.
Question for Dr. Drew.
Yes.
Yeah, Justin.
Yeah, hey, I was having sex with my girlfriend a couple of days ago, anally. And
anally?
Yes.
Oh, he says that very casually.
When I was sodomizing my girlfriend. Anyhow, she, contracted her muscle back there real hard, and it pinched, I guess, something weird, and ever since then it's had, burning sensation.
All right, first off, Justin, she didn't do it. God did it. Do you understand? Because that's a slap in the face of the Almighty.
Well, okay, anyhow, but I got, a burning sensation when I urinate, and it's bothersome. And I plan on making a doctor's appointment, but I figured I'd call first because I don't want to go to my doctor. Hey.
Well, you should go.
You want to get a good story before you go in there.
Look, you should go. Were you wearing a condom when this...
Yes.
Okay, because one thing I would worry about is that you got some sort of urethral or urinary tract infection. You probably just actually traumatized the area. I mean, you can tear the urethra, you can bruise the urethra. I mean, you probably just actually traumatize it mechanically in some way, and that can cause pain. There may be infection, so it does need to be seen by a doctor.
Yeah. Hey, can I get one more quick question real quick?
Yeah.
You had a caller maybe 3 or 4 nights ago that talked about having, real big poops or something, and I had, a similar experience.
He was on amphetamine.
Yeah, right. And I had, a similar experience with that.
You were on speed?
Well, for a while I was, yeah. I quit maybe 6 months ago, and ever since then, sometimes they get so big you got to push them down with the plunger, I swear to God.
That's...
You're doing speed and you're sodomizing your girlfriend. It's time to slow down.
Everything kind of comes back to the whole sphincter thing with Justin. Everything's sort of poop related. He's packing his girlfriend now. He's got problems with his own bowels. Let's go back to Dustin. He's our sleeping beauty.
It's not real.
It is.
I know they say it's real.
It is real.
It's on a loop.
Dustin.
You want to say anything?
Oh,
to
no,
him?
no,
Sherry,
no.
Come on, no,
No.
Sherry, give him a real sexy voice.
What was his problem? Doesn't it say?
Can't have sex more than once with same girl because he passes out
He just-
on top of them.
So maybe the girl's underneath him.
Yeah, he's suffocated a
Maybe we can
14-year-old.
wake her up.
Sherry, give him a look. Come on, give him a little seductive sex talk. Because right now he's dreaming of like motocross, and the great thing about a dream is whatever noise you hear, you'll just fit right in, right? I mean, like if the gardener comes and fires up the blower, and you're having a dream. That you're on a carousel or something. All of a sudden, yours will have a go-kart motor on it, and you'll take off the carousel and go away because you have to rationalize the sound. You have to work it in. So if you start talking right now he thinks he's at a retarded auction with some pain in the ass auctioneer. But when you come in, Sherry, you could really sex him down. Go ahead.
Oh, good, because that's what
Give him the nipple talk.
I can't hardly.
Come on, give him the bumpy nipple talk.
This is my only voice. I don't have a dirty one.
I'm going to rescue Sherry.
Thank
okay.
you. Oh.
All right,
let's move on.
No,
put Dustin
we'll put him back
on
on hold. We'll put everything on hold, and we'll be back after this. This is Loveline. I'm Adam Carolla.
Can't say that. I can't say
that. Dipstick that you said did best was Matt Sharp from the Rentals. He also brought in Sherry Westridge from the Rentals. And we're going to hear a song from the Rentals now. We should put that on a cassette. You know how they have those relaxation tapes, those meditation tapes that have like the sound of like whales farting or something, and they're supposed to relax people?
Right.
We should have Dustin snoring into the phone.
Yeah.
Is one of those.
Do we know where he's from, or
we don't?
No.
We haven't talked to him yet.
No. Should we? Do you want to try to wake him up, or are we having too much
about
fun?
that time, isn't it?
Are we having too much fun with him? All right. Let me see if we can talk.
He's awake.
Dustin?
No.
It's fake.
No.
That was
Dustin.
that was a perfect fade.
No, he's not. He's not faking. Dustin is asleep. Let me give the phone number out here: 1-800-LOV-191. 1-800. Oh, geez, I'm all screwed up now. 568-3191. And the fax is 310-854-4455. We got the Rentals in here. That was Friends of P. What's P for?
P?
P.
Punk rock.
No.
Does P stand? Give us. I know you guys get this question all the time, but I don't know the answer to it, and I don't know if any of our listeners do anyway. So tell us what the P is.
What?
Huh?
What?
Friends of P. What's the P? Is it
There you go. It stands for.
Oh, Friends of P?
Right, exactly.
You mean like boo? Boo?
What?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, right,
Iggy Pop's
exactly.
got a song about that.
No.
It's not that P? Okay, listen, you guys are too cryptic over here, and the show's only 2 hours long. Sarah!
Yeah.
You're on Loveline.
Hi.
Hi.
This question, basically, I've got a problem, and I'm willing to take anybody's advice right now.
Boy, you must be desperate.
Sherry's ready.
Come on.
I've been going out with this new guy for like about a month and a half, and he and I are still both good friends with one of my exes, and so we were over. A couple people were going over to my ex's house the other night, so we went too. And I had gone into the kitchen to get like a drink or something. I was standing at the counter, and my ex came in, and I turned around, and he kissed me, and just as I was pushing him away, my new boyfriend Ryan walked in.
So like 10 minutes later he walked in?
No, like the second of.
So you were really pushing him away?
Yeah.
And what kind of kissing were you doing when he walked in?
Well, he was trying to French me, and I was pushing him away when it happened.
Now, were you pushing him away?
Everybody's shaking their heads in here.
Because did you push him away like, don't? Or was it like,
No, I was
don't kiss me.
Don't kiss me. Because
well, that's better.
Oh, don't!
Stop kissing me.
Yes. Did you take that little Spanish? What am I trying to think of, Drew? What is that? Fan. Did you take that little fan out and like flutter your eyes and do that whole thing, or did you?
I basically shoved him.
You shoved him. You pushed him like a lesbian, right?
Okay, you could say that.
All right, and he didn't pick this up?
Well, he walked in, and he saw me kissing him. I didn't know he was there, like, the second that I pushed this guy away, and all he saw was that.
All right, there's a
well,
little...
he must have grabbed you pretty hard if you were kissing him and you were trying to push him away all at the same time, and somehow he ended up catching that exact moment.
Yeah, there's some difficulty with the timing here, because if you pushed him away the second he started kissing you, and your boyfriend walked in, I mean, he would have had to fly by on a F-18. And you know what I mean? I mean, he walked into the kitchen. He's not a Blue Angel. You know what I mean? He didn't have like a bottle rocket up his ass. He walked into the kitchen. So
all I know is that that's as much of it as he saw.
How did
Wait a minute.
The truth comes out.
All he saw was her pushing him away. So we are getting a little further. More history.
Wait, so he didn't see a kiss?
No. The kiss went on beyond what he saw. And he saw finally her pushing him away. Now, did you push him away because you saw somebody walking into the room?
No, just because I had no idea that's what he was going to do. Because I was at the counter, I turned around, and he was there.
You were trying to get to his junk, weren't you? That's why you pushed him away.
I'm on his side. He should dump you.
Oh, really?
Is that the issue? Is your boyfriend's going to dump you? Is that?
He just won't talk to me now. And I've tried to get in touch with him. I've never given him any reason not to trust me.
Right, except for making out with your ex-boyfriend while you guys were at a party together.
But
other than that, there's been no indication.
The ex-boyfriend even told him that I had nothing to do with it. I mean, I didn't try to kiss him, and I didn't want it.
How did he get that close to you to get his lips right on
turned around.
Okay, all right. Well, we've examined this part of the story to death.
There's
get
some
on.
flaws in the story.
Let's just
there's some big flaws.
Let's agree to disagree on this, but let's get to the crux here, which is how you can get this guy back. And here's my take on most of these things. If you're having an honest relationship, if you're having a good relationship, if you're having a trusting relationship, then you should be able to look the person in the eye and say to them, I did not do this, or I know I came home smelling of that, or I know I had some of this rubbed on me, but it is not what you think. And because you trust me, I want you to trust me on this one. You know what I mean? I mean, you know what I mean? When you're having if you're having a solid relationship, you should be able to look the person in the eye and just tell them the truth. And
Stop looking in my eyes.
If they believe you. There's a little something going on here, isn't there, Sharon?
He did that to me, too, so you just had to look away.
Yeah, I got tired of looking at Matt, quite frankly.
Yeah, he's looking at me dead in the eyes and goes, if you have a loving relationship, if you have a lasting... I don't know where he's going with that, but...
Matt, he knows where he's going, don't worry.
Yeah.
I do. Thank you, Drew. Drew, let me look you in the eye. Come here, big fella.
That's why I hold my hand like that.
Come on, take those glasses off. I know, Drew looks down like he's at like a McCarthy hearing or something when he talks to me. It's, yes, Mr. Speaker, and he's down staring at his palm. Come on, Drew, can't we make a connection?
Someday.
After a few beers.
I'm
Sarah,
with him. I can't look at you
He
either,
should listen to you.
Yeah,
he should believe you.
But the fact is that nobody believes
her
here.
I don't believe you either.
Actually, Ryan's best friend, Dave, does believe me. Because my ex-boyfriend, I just called him up and told him he had to tell people what exactly happened. And he did. And the only person it's not getting through to is my boyfriend. And I don't know if maybe that's because we really haven't been going out that long.
Write the guy a letter. That's all I can say. If he's not going to respond on the phone, if he's not going to talk to you at school, write a letter. Try not to lie too much on the actual letter itself, and hope he buys it. Okay.
He's gone into a deeper phase of sleep now.
Dustin is now the captain of his own schooner.
It's more like Dusted. Dusted, I think, is the new name.
Should we try yelling at him and waking him up?
Sure.
Hello! Dustin!
It only increased his volume.
Well, that was a pretty good attempt at a howl, I got to say. And we really kind of synced up there.
Yeah.
Yeah. You want me to join you on stage?
Yeah,
for the
tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, I could play. Wait a minute, you're not going to be there tomorrow.
No.
Hey, you wise guy.
Whatever it is.
All right.
Yeah, I'll be there tomorrow.
If you haven't heard already, we have the Rentals on the show. That would be Matt Sharp. That would be Sherry Westrich. They've been a great pair, I must say. They really have been fun. I do want to thank you for that. Tomorrow night we have Pamela Segal. She is, what movie is that? Bed of Roses?
Bed of Roses with Christian Slater.
Christian Slater, another major celebrity, so we'll be looking forward to her. And I just hope
that looks pretty sappy, that one.
Oh, no, don't. Now, see, I can't join you in that. Because I can't bash upcoming
Isn't
guests.
that the one where they yeah, okay. Well,
they fall in love. Is there something wrong with love? Drew, you want to give out the address?
Right. If you want to write to us here, it's P.O. Box 4345, Hollywood, California, 90078. 4345 90078. And on AOL, it's LUV191.
So you get
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I'm going to plug you, so be quiet here for a second. Hold still while I plug you. They're going to be at the Will Turn on Tuesday night with Blur. Then they're going over to do an in-store at the Tower on Sunset. And then generally going on tour.
No, I was just going to say, I had nothing to do with that. I was just going to say, take care of the Brits for us. Because
yeah, in Blur?
Yeah.
And
because they're going to be here.
You can find the Rentals at Air Force bases all over the country coming up. Didn't you guys playing some? Oh no, you're playing. No, wait a minute. I'm going to explain it. You're playing.
I think that just means you're
playing the U.S. Air. You're playing the U.S. Air Arena. That's what it is.
Failure is soon on.
No. It is
not. Going to have to join the Air.
Not
weddings.
A Spinal Tap reference. It was the U.S. Air Arena that you're going to be playing coming up in February. I'd like to thank Lori. I'd like to thank Sherry. I'd like to thank Scott. I'd like to thank the slender and lanky Ann. I'd like to thank the nutless Mike, the engineer. I'd like to thank myself, Adam Carolla. I'd like to thank Dr. Drew.
I'd like to look in the eye and say that you're welcome.
Thank you very much. I'd like to thank Dustin for snoring all the way through the frickin' show, and I'm sure he won't hang up until this time tomorrow.
Frickin' is
and
legal.
We'll talk to you this time tomorrow.
So that's it then. The opinions expressed on Loveline by Adam Carolla, Dr. Drew, or anyone are not necessarily ours. Be happy. Be happy. Happy, happy, happy. Happy. Loveline's producer is Ann Wilkins. Thank you.